Welcome to how to complete an additional information form. This video will show you how to fill out the 2025 additional information form for long-term rental license renewals. Rental license renewals are due by December 31st every year in order to be issued a rental license for the following calendar year. This form is also part of the initial application for registering long-term rental properties. We'll go over a few different scenarios in this video. Section 1 at the top of the form asks for the applicant contact information. Please provide the name, phone number, and email address for whoever is responsible for handling billing, scheduling of inspections, and any other correspondence with the City of Portland. Section 2 is where the rental property information is written. If there is more than one rental unit at the property, an additional information form must be submitted for each rental unit. Provide the street number, street name, unit number, and CBL number or parcel ID for each rental unit. The CBL or parcel ID number can be found through the assessor's online property search. Section 3 is where the individual rental unit information is filled out. This information is required to be submitted every year as part of the license renewal process. This section is intended to be a summary of the rent charged over the previous year and any rent increases applied in that year. We have 3 videos going over different scenarios you may find yourself in while filling out the additional information form. In this first video, we will cover Scenario 1, Exempt Rental Units. You can find other videos on Scenario 2, Applying All Eligible Increases, and Scenario 3, Unapplied Increases and Banking Rent on the rental registration page using the address below. Scenario 1, Exempt Rental Units. There are 5 exemption categories in the Rent Stabilization Ordinance. They are units owned, operated, or otherwise managed by a municipal housing authority, accommodations provided in a hospital, convent, church, religious facility, or extended care facility, dormitories owned and operated by an institution of higher education or by Portland Public Schools, units in a building containing only 2, 3, or 4 dwelling units, one of which the property owner currently occupies as his or her principal residence, or in an owner-occupied single-family home, an accessory dwelling unit as defined in Chapter 14 of the City Code, or any rental unit that is publicly rent-controlled or subsidized, including but not limited to Section 8 and General Assistance. If the rental unit qualifies for any of the listed exemptions in Question 1, check off the appropriate box. If the unit is exempt, the rest of Section 3 can be skipped. You are not required to report the rental amounts if the unit qualifies for an exemption. You would then sign and date the bottom of the form. When filling out the additional information form, keep a few things in mind. One additional information form must be completed for each rental unit. License renewals are due by December 31st every year. Renewals not completed within 14 days of their expiration will be subject to late fees of $50 per unit. Renewals not completed within 45 days of their expiration will be subject to late fees of $200 per unit. If a rental unit is exempt, registration is still required. However, Section 3 of the additional information form does not need to be completed. Banked rent is always a dollar amount, never a percentage. The additional information form is a summary of rent for the previous year, specified by the dates on the form. It is not intended to report planned or upcoming rent increases. These are just a few scenarios you may find yourself in while filling out the additional information form. But every rental unit has its own rental history that the landlord is responsible for tracking and reporting to the city each year. Thank you for watching. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to the Licensing and Housing Safety Division.